that the Right Honorable Raila Odinga joins the National Assembly and serves Kenyans from inside rather than outside the formal established structures.
Mr. Odinga ought to be in Parliament to help in the upholding of the basic tenets of democracy and be able to defend the Constitution which he vehemently fought for.
We, the Youth for Raila, join other Kenyans in appealing to Dr. Raila Odinga to seriously consider constitutionally joining the 11th Parliament.
The collective voice of lobby groups.
When one door of opportunity closes, another one opens almost immediately. But most of the time we spend too much time knocking at the one which has been closed, that we don't see the other one which has been opened.
A subtle no thank you from the former premier, Odinga reacting to the talks that he should make a comeback through the National Assembly. Speaking during a Thanksgiving luncheon for the Presidential Secretariat, Odinga, though not tackling the matter head-on, made subtle hints at his preference. But it was the leaders under the Coalition for Reform and Democracy that made the stand on the matter clear.
Raila Odinga, for me, has built a certain stature, which I honestly believe places him above Parliament. And if you are to bring him to Parliament, you will certainly puncture that stature.
It is unimaginable. Actually, it is an abomination. We have agreed. It is something we have discussed and we have agreed as a coalition. The stature that of the former Prime Minister is so high. That is actually demeaning his stature.
He has outgrown some of the institutions like the Parliament and the Senate. He is our party leader, he is our coalition leader, and we want him to remain as that because we don't see anybody of his caliber who is in Parliament at the moment.
At a Naivasha retreat, it had been agreed that efforts be made to have former Vice President Kalonzo Musyoka return to the National Assembly. Although attempts for the same is said to be proving difficult, the best bet would be to have a member of parliament step down and trigger a by-election in which Musyoka would be a top contender.
It's not even a month since they were sworn in. Now you're asking somebody to step down. I mean, there is no rationale. I don't find any rationale.
Even this, the possibility of saying that to keep the troops together, you need one of the principals to be there. You can do that from outside Parliament.
The core team leader, former Premier Raila Odinga, has said that he will focus on rebuilding and strengthening CORD and has already set out a legislative agenda, as it were, that of enforcing the Constitution, key among them restructuring the IEBC. The CORD legislators therefore embarking on pushing for change of guard at the IEBC.
Not so much because you are indicting IEBC, not so much that you are being retributive, but in the best interest of democracy, that you want an institution that have capacity to preside over the electoral process in such a manner that it leaves no doubt as to the outcome of that process.
One has to go back to the Constitution again and use the constitutional provisions for removing them, because there is a process in which you engage if you have to remove them, just like that judges.
So it will be interesting to see just how business is transacted in Parliament as the opposition wing gets down to work in the National Assembly and Senate, with CORD vowing to push for the removal of county commissioners, among other facets in their legislative agenda, and as the country awaits to see which way Kalonzo Musyoka. Willis Raburu, Citizen Live at 9, Nairobi.